Hi, Sarah here. Thanks for joining me today. I am going to be decorating my cover to my TN here, the TN insert. This is going to be decorated with products from Little Rainbow Moon, which I will link the shop below. And it's all going to be Christmassy because this is going to be my December creative journal, which will work alongside me doing the December daily. I will be doing a traditional December daily album as well, but I want to do this one to do lots of journaling. So when it comes to completing my December daily, I've got a bit of a reference as well as just loads of photos that I might not remember, little things about the day that I would have liked to add. So it takes the pressure off actually completing it in December because I am yet to finish one, barely even start one if I'm perfectly honest, but we'll see how I get on. So without further ado, and so I stop waffling, um, I'm just trimming down some pieces of paper that I want to use to add to my cover, and I'm just ripping up pieces to create a bit of a collage effect. But I also love these presents. They're like, I just adore them. I have got stickers off them as well, and I'm using them as a border, top and bottom, and then I'm adding like collaged ripped elements on top. And then, as you can see, I'm just fussy cutting out a couple of the journaling cards, which are 2 by 2 inches, and the present and the robin just popped out at me straight away, and I was like, must use them. So I'm just fussy cutting those out, adding them to my background. I do end up switching this, so I have that circular sketchy watercolor piece at the bottom, so it sort of frames the robin, and then I put the darker color behind the present because I feel like that helps it pop off the page. I also add a little distress ink to the present just to help it stand out, again to help it pop off the page slightly. Obviously I don't want loads of dimension with it being a TN, so that is a little bit of a difficulty for me because I like to add a lot of embellishments to things, but I have to rein it in because it's a book, it's not a layout, it can't go in a frame. So now I'm just using a glue stick to stick down all these pieces. As you can see, I've switched it round, so I've got that nice big circle at the bottom, which, as you can see, the little bird just sits in perfectly. I'm adding the strips of present paper, top and bottom, and adding those on there. And then I will add the present as well, just trimming off the edges, not very neatly, but to be honest, it doesn't really bother me being super neat about things anyway, so I've got over the fact that it's slightly wonky already. I'm just adding these really thin, they're barely the smallest amount of dimension to them, these little foam pads, just so that the two images do lift ever so slightly off the page. And then I'm just going to add a couple of extra stickers as well. And I want to not add so much to the back, but I certainly want to mirror it slightly by adding some of the same elements from front to back. So as you can see, I will keep flipping to the front just so I can kind of look at it, see what I've done with it, and then go to the back again. I also want to add the year in, so I'm using these stamps also by Little Rainbow Moon. I love these, they're brilliant. They do an outline so you can actually colour in the centre, and I'm just stamping these out using my stamp press because I am the worst stamper ever. So if I miss a bit, I can just ink and restamp, and it's brilliant. So I've done them, and now I'm colouring them in with a glue pen, because once this is, I don't do it straight away while it's super wet. I wait till it's about tacky, and then I add this amazing fairy duster, which is also in the Little Rainbow Moon shop. I love this stuff. I need more colours. I chose this one because I knew it would go with what I was creating for December, and yes, now I need more colours definitely. And now I'm just going to fussy cut out the letters once they are dry, which that one wasn't. I had to redo it, and then I've come back the next day and finished fussy cutting those out, and then just gluing them down onto that present, and that adds in the year, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory that it's December, so I don't bother writing December on there. It sort of says it itself, I think. I'm also adding some of the paints that came in the creative kit, just a little bit of that pink, which is also shimmery, so when it dries it's super vibrant, super shimmery. And now I'm just adding a few finishing touches. I've got some die cut snowflakes, but in lots of random colours, not just white. I'm also adding some Nouveau drops instead of using anything like enamel dots, because then I can control the size of them a little bit more. So there's not too much dimension, because obviously I need to control that quite a bit. We'll see how I get on. It'll probably end up super fat anyway, but we'll see. So I'm just using 3 colours in that, and you can see on the side where I've tested them out, that's because I haven't used them for ages and I wanted to make sure that I got a nice continuous dot coming out of them and it didn't just mess up my whole thing. Apologies if you can hear rustling. My cat is trying to climb the crafter waiting to happen of papers next to me. Now I'm working on the back of the insert, so I'm just adding some of this metallic texture paste. I then add some just white watered down acrylic paint, splash that over the top, because I've added I wanted to fill in the gap, but I didn't want it to be completely like the front. I just wanted a hint of the front, if that makes sense, so it ties in nicely. And then I add the fairy duster over the texture paste while it was still wet, tapped off the excess, and ended up with super shimmery snowflakes as well. So I'm definitely going to be using that technique again. I love that. And again, the same colour snowflakes as used on the front, and the same Nouveau drops that I used on the front. I apologise if you can hear my little boy. It's like, I don't know, it's 8 o'clock at night. He's been in bed about 3/4 of an hour and he's singing at the top of his voice. So I don't know if it's on video, but it's quite funny if it is. I'm just adding a touch of washi to the bottom of that page. I felt like it needed an extra colour down there just to break it up a bit. And that is me done. So thanks for joining me today. There are some close-ups at the end. If you want to see more from me, then please do subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you in my next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.